Welcome to Accidental Discharge.
3, 2, and we are live.
Well,
Live.
welcome to Accidental Discharge.
Yes, indeed.
What up, guys? Back again, Captain Awesome.
From a distance, we all something.
Oh, we singing now.
I forgot that song, but I remember that from a distance.
We're clearly not singing.
Murad is singing. Good mood.
Is that singing?
I have it in me though. Thinking. There's a challenge going on that I should be trying out.
Did you do the climax challenge exactly? Since you have it in you.
You should do the climax challenge.
The climax challenge.
Do it right here, right now.
Belt out those. Go ahead.
Wow, I don't even know what to sing, man.
The climax song.
Yeah, I don't know which song they even sing right now.
The climax song. The name of the song is Climax.
Okay, I don't know. Reach the climax. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I get your back, Raj. I believe your government.
You did his back.
That was without practice too. Focus. Anyway, it's another day of social distancing.
Focus. Clearly, you're very focused.
It's another week of social distancing and separation from sometimes your loved ones, your best friends, and even your enemies. So it's kind of and we've now extended it to another 2 weeks. The president has spoken. Another 2 weeks. Obviously, he wants to probably say a full month, but obviously he can't say that because it'll cause outrage.
Outrage?
Yes,
it'll cause
outrage.
Cause damage.
People are really not excited about staying another 2 weeks already. So the longer you make things for people, the longer
they should not be.
What?
I said, as they should not be. People should not be excited about it. But I mean, I just don't think the next step is outrage, right?
But we've seen what this stay at home has caused people. Have you seen the videos going around in Lagos? The society, a bus filled up with bread. They went to make a delivery and people just pounced on it and raided them.
The one in Apple.
And then
there was one in Apple, yeah.
One in Apple was food supplies, and they just busted his car and
we're seeing evidence of more armed robbery, or at least vigilante. People are being vigilantes. Yeah, reports. People are trying to break into people's house and steal from them. They're attacking people on the road for just driving at night. So there's definitely a mob society that's growing with unsteadiness.
Definitely.
And those are the people who are going to be the ones that are going to likely riot, hearing it's going to be locked down for another 2 weeks. I'm not talking about
that's always likely to have happened. And I think the government should have thought about that ahead. Like all these checkpoints, they are. I mean, it should be part of their worry to limit people that are outside. But even in that, I wonder how effectively they are doing that, and if they are doing it the right way. But they also should have anticipated that there would be a lot of an upturn in terms of criminal activity. And especially with the timings of when they make these announcements. You know, he comes on air at 7 and he says he's starting at 11 or starting that night, and shops already generally close at 4 already. So like people are going to be like in panic states. Like, lots of people, I mean, people like us already probably anticipated like it was going to be extended. So like your mind was already there. But there are lots of people like in the streets that were thinking, okay, Tuesday, we're back to our life. And then you come out Monday night and you're like, you come out Monday night and you're saying it's going to continue for another 2 weeks. Like it's going to catch a lot of people off guard and lead to things like this.
Fair enough.
And lead to things like this. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but like I'm saying,
Did I lose you guys?
no, you didn't lose us. But like I'm saying, there's a situation. The situation was already going to be there. We knew it because they have not been. It's not just now that they're probably finding out that we don't have the healthcare system. I heard the SGF is surprised that we don't have healthcare. The healthcare system was this bad. So let's just know what is facts is that they've, for as long as we've known, they've never really been bothered about the poor individuals or the less privileged individuals in society. So when they're addressing, let me tell you, half the time when they're addressing these things, they're addressing people that they believe have TVs, people that have to go to work, and people that have. They're not really addressing market sellers and everybody else. In my mind, as far as they're concerned, they're just speaking. And then it's the people that they are generally moving in cars and all that one that they I really feel like they're talking to. Because those people that are
you see, the thing is,
people that are writing are not on Twitter.
No, the blanket.
I mean, some of them are.
The blanket announcements for everybody. It's going to be tough. You can't do that in an economy like ours, where we do not have the structure.
Yes.
We don't have the societal structure to cater for the needy.
Yeah.
For people who are in need. Secondly, the Northern Governors Forum came out and said, this is not going to work for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because fair enough, you can say everybody stay at home. But in the North, it's going to be very difficult. We can do a few days at a time.
Yep.
You can stagger it, but you cannot tell them to be locked down for a month.
Yeah.
There will be deaths. You
mean like the level of people that are very hungry or just
the hunger, the way of life?
Yeah.
It's going to be very difficult. There are people who have done studies. I think I was reading an article that Indy Kato did, her and the foundation, and they said we don't have the structure to shut down for a month, for everybody to shut down for a month.
No, of course not.
You have to think, okay, it's worked on the global stage, but then you have to think about how you can remix it and make it local. Okay, you see, for example, I like what they did in Plateau State. They shut it down, and then for the next 4 days, they're going to restrict, they're going to loosen it up for a little bit, because they have the 14 to 21 days quarantine thing in their mind. So they started last week, but then from Thursday, they're going to loosen up for about 4 days between Thursday and Sunday for people to do whatever shopping they can.
Yeah. And
anybody who is in need of help to be able to get help. And then they'll go for another week. So they are staggering it. They're not just telling people, everybody stay at home for 2 weeks, or everybody stay at home. They are constantly monitoring the situation and making adjustments.
But that's the same thing in the FCT and Lagos, I believe, where they are allowing essentials, even though the directives have now changed. So there are new directives that came out yesterday and today. So even the market days have now been cut down from 3 days to just 2 days. It's just Wednesday and Saturday. And apparently, I think they gave the people at the checkpoints instructions not to even allow people go to like supermarkets and pharmacies during the week, which I thought was really weird. Like, even if you're going to hospital, you have to have your hospital card on you. Like,
well, they're trying to do it in their best safe. But now, like, You see, there are
but for
situations where now
me,
there are people who are afraid of even like having communications with these people. You saw the girl today. I don't know if you saw the video of the girl who was
Yeah.
in her car and they had the FRSC police officer or whatever on her car holding her. Now, when they stopped her, obviously, what her reason for not, I think her reason, although was not, it wasn't really standing, it wasn't strong with me, but her reason was that the police officer said, or the
Was not
FRS
wearing a
guy
mask.
said that she should put down her roll down her window. She said he didn't have a mask, so she didn't feel comfortable to really talk to him. I've been in that situation, but what I do is that I kind of take my window down to a section. But that was like, I just felt okay. And there are people who I saw who are saying she should have driven as far as she could. It was bad for the person to be driving, and the person who stopped her on the road. They said that he shouldn't have stopped her. They should have let her go. That if she had killed the FRS guy, she could have gotten
The
away.
officer.
Like, and I'm like, you people don't even understand the dangers that she could have been in. That guy had a camera and he actually saved her life, as far as I'm concerned, one way or another. So it's crazy the kind of situations that people are using in order to even claim for safety.
I also think that this whole lockdown, I mean, we've been locked down for 2 weeks now, which is what they say, the period in which symptoms begin to show. And so I mean, I idealistically then, now most of us should be allowed to now come out if we're not showing symptoms. But of course, there are people that are asymptomatic, and that's where my problem is that we're locked down. But are they testing people? How many people are they testing? How many in these 2 weeks? How many people have they tested outside of people that they are, how they say it, contact tracing? Because if I've sat down in my house for if I sat down in my house for 2 weeks and I haven't been tested, and I sit down for another 2 weeks and I'm still not tested, and I have it and I'm asymptomatic, at the end of the day, I still come out and I still spread it around. And there are a bunch of us that are in that situation. We're just going to end up with a bunch of people coming back out with it. I think the government should be more proactive in testing, and
I think, but they are moving
and
forward
also
to
be
4,000. I think, isn't Buhari talking about them moving to trying to test 3,000, 4,000 people?
Yeah, they've increased their capacity so they are able to test, I think, 5,000 people a day. I think that's what it has come to, 5,000 people a day. But they are able to. It's not the same thing as they are. That's why I said they also need to be a bit more transparent with what's going on, so they should be able to let people know when they are releasing those results.
In all honesty, I can't. Sorry, but in all honesty, I can't be angry in the direction they are taking it, because if they relax these things, a lot of people are going to go back to. I know what you're saying.
I'm not even saying they should relax. I'm just saying that they should be
get the next phase
testing.
Going. Yeah, get the next phase going.
And they should also let us know so that we're aware of what's going on.
It's just the transparency. They aren't transparent.
No, I mean,
they've opened up a few.
I don't doubt that they are testing people. I don't doubt that. But again, like, if we're also like, how is the testing going on? So if I think that I may have contacted it, I have to call them. I can't just go to a testing center. Are they also now going around to meet people to say, okay, we're doing testing in this area?
What they've done now is they've opened up centers in several regions, and they are still opening up so that they can cover at least per state. So that whatever region you're in, you can call that number and get to them, or they'll get to you. So it doesn't have to only be Abuja and Lagos.
I think it's them getting to you, because if we can't move,
them getting to you. Yeah. Them getting to you. So, well, that's one thing. Apple and Google have gone a step further, and they are going to collabo by middle of next month. they're collaborating together to bring us closer to how would I say?
I mean, that is just it's no, but from what it's just to help with contact tracing also. So it's just to be able to identify, okay, if you've been in close contact with someone that has now tested positive within 14 days, then they can now contact you and be like, hey, we need to get you tested.
Yeah, but you know what? As much as I'm grateful for Apple and Google doing that, the things is that the application and where it is applicable and getting the most effect is really not here.
Well, I mean, with most things, it can. From what I read, from what I understood, from what I read, it's going to be incorporated into apps connected to health services in your country, I guess. So, if maybe the NCDC has an app, then they will be able to get that information
via what? Maybe like your mobile provider or something.
But okay, I have
from your phone. So you
issue with that. I have an issue with that because it seems like it's going to be smartphone based. You see what MTN did with giving people 300 free texts. They were able to reach a larger number of people because the majority of people who have phones don't have smartphones. So the people in the rural areas, they're not going to have Apple, Android, or iOS devices. So we're going to have to think of a local solution that will work with this type of thing.
Yeah.
You get my drift. If it's going to be an Android or Apple focused thing, of course it's going to be high tech because they're using Bluetooth, and some of them are using, they're using Bluetooth, and then they're going to, of course, it's going to be what's the name? Exchanging contact information with pinging off satellites and stuff. So it's going to be very difficult, to localize such. So unless we have our people, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll have to go through the.
It's a bit going to be much harder here to when you want to get it off.
It's going to be much harder here.
As it it's always nice to say these are solutions, but the solutions don't necessarily work here. When we're now still talking about those based communities, all these little small sects that their phones are 3310 still or such and such.
Exactly.
So we're still talking about we're talking about I'm sorry to say, we're talking about still 4 scales of separation within our society to still try and get the same results, and that's not going to be easy to do.
So that's why what we're saying is we've seen the global results, we've seen how it works, but we have to localize it.
Yeah, definitely.
We have to localize it to what works for us. The global shutdown, complete shutdown, is not working. It's very difficult. It's honestly, it has done.
We have to cut the cloth according to our size.
Basically,
that's it. We have to just
right now,
see our own solution and work it.
We cannot tell. I was reading an article and it says it will take us about 6 to 8 weeks before we're able to actually gauge if what we're doing right now is working.
It's effective. Yeah.
Is effective. It's going to take about 6 to 8 weeks. Because look at our first index case was in February, same as Brazil. But right now, Brazil has over 25,000 cases and 1,500 deaths.
Yeah.
We have honestly been lucky because we had our index case same day as Brazil.
Yeah.
And theirs has just gone boof.
Me, I'm of the ridiculous idea that all of us have been fighting malaria enough times for us to be fighting this thing a little bit easier.
It's not as ridiculous. It's not as ridiculous as it may seem, honestly. Because, okay,
in a year, some
exactly,
of us
there
have
was
like
also-
malaria like 4 or 5 times. So generally, when we already feel something, we have already taken one malaria drug. It is fighting our stomach. We start eating well. We start taking something to try and feel better. Now, maybe that's not the same way to defeat the thing, but in our minds, all we're going about is another day of malaria, more than we're actually fighting coronavirus. Half the time, we'll get up and carry ourselves up and down. Our chest is not feeling good. Our back is hurting. Muscle. We're literally like.
We chalk it up to malaria.
Exactly. Even when you go to the doctor, you might have had coronavirus. Then they'll tell you have malaria. You'll never ever know. And then we just keep moving with our life. It is the only thing that can happen is that you drop dead. In all honesty.
You know, there's something. Clearly, I've been doing a lot of reading. This BCG that we almost everybody in Africa has. This BCG that you get as a child. What's the name? There's a study going on right now to see why Africa isn't hit as badly as the rest of the world. And it's because, places like America and Europe, where they've basically dealt with polio ages ago, they find out they really do not need these BCG.
They are less at risk of all these kind of situations.
They are less at risk of it.
They already have pesticide things that fly around. They are killing mosquitoes by flying mechanisms and everything. I remember then there was one pestilence thing that was just going around, killing all mosquitoes in the area. So generally, they are already away from these kind of dangers. Us on a daily basis, one morning you are feeling good, the next day you have malaria or you have typhoid. You're generally fighting a case-like symptom. But please go ahead, sorry.
So right now they are checking. They said, well, that's basically it's plausible that the fact that we have to do the BCG, get the BCG vaccines, when we're children, might have actually helped us. To this point.
Our immune systems may be stronger for it and all of that. Hopefully.
Yeah, because man, it's be fighting. Teams.
Okay, but now let's talk about for those people now who are like really, as we say, the less privileged. Obviously, they are saying they are going to share money to people to whatever. They said I'm seeing reports where they say they have even given, where people have said they've collected money, the sum of 20,000. After they take the picture with them, they take back the 20,000 and give them 10,000 or 2K in some places. And we have there's no eye in the sky to give us any proper situation of it. So there's a whole level of corruption going on. And then there's even now saying that basically if in your BVN, I think they say if you have up to 5,000 in your account, you are not eligible for the sharing of money. So if you have a BVN now, and your BVN has more than 5,000 naira, up to 5,000 naira, you are not eligible to collect some. That's crazy.
One of my accounts has zero. One of my accounts has 0 naira.
But you have BVN. Your account accumulates all your accounts together. So your 7.5 million has already cancelled everything.
Cancel.
Man,
anyway,
see
things like this, bro. Things like this is why we need to be able to hold down to our ward chairman accountable. Because it's times like this where you need their participation. You can't tell me they are going to share, federal government is going to share money to the poor people and it's going straight from federal government to people's accounts. It don't make sense.
Why not?
Because the database, do you think it encapsulates what exactly they're supposed to do? We do not have the framework. We do not have the social.
No, I think I understand what you're trying to say. There are lots of people in like remote areas who will be left out if they are using bank accounts, of course. But first of all, I don't think.
I think.
Dude, yeah, but they're not. Yeah, but I even think that I'm sorry to say, even though it may seem like an excessive thing for the country to take up, maybe like really expensive, but I think everyone is deserving of palliative. But in this situation, everyone is going through it. Like even the people that have the money, and because people have what you call savings. Like if I'm going to have to now tap into my savings consistently, indefinitely, hey, it's going to hurt me at some point. Just because I'm richer than, yeah, if I'm richer than someone also means that I generally have more expenses. So maybe I have more staff to pay. I have more. You may say they're excesses, but like, yeah, I have more living expenses. I have more, like, I have to run my house. I probably have a generator. I have more lights. So, it's going to hit everyone, right? I think.
But see, what I'm saying is that I'm more of the idea that, okay, if you're going to pay those people, pay me too. So I can confirm that people are getting paid. That's the only way. No, look, it is, but that's what I'm saying though. You see, because you cannot. But the target market are not seeing the money as far as I'm concerned, because I'm seeing in America, which I know is just a whole totally different environment and country from us. But I'm seeing people who are well off collecting 1,000 too. So that is confirmation that the money has been paid. You cannot now come and say that these people have been paid when everybody else who is also part of the government and are not seeing it. I need someone to come out and say they have seen the money.
Sorry, I didn't get that. What did you say?
Me, I'm saying that I need a confirmation of payment via me in order to confirm that these payments are being made. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no way to tell that.
Let it touch his account.
If it touches my account, I can tell that, okay, this money is being paid. I'm not even saying it for
back. If it touches your account, would you send it back?
I'll give it to somebody now. Why not? I could give it to someone in my environment.
Why should he have to send it back? Doesn't have to send it back.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is that is a way to confirm that there's a payment being made, because the people who are receiving it, I cannot tell they are getting it. But if I get it, I'll be like, okay, then I can at least confirm I got it, and maybe I can confirm from somebody else who received it. If more than 10 people that I know can say they got it, then there's a chance that somebody else, even if they are going up the charter list, is being received. But in this situation, you're saying some people are getting it. Apparently, I'm seeing that most of the people receiving it are from Katsina. I don't know. That's what
that ratio. I saw the chart you're talking about, where it says 83% of people who have been paid are from the north. I saw it. I saw that.
Yeah, but where's even that? Yeah, but where's that confirmation from? Where's that? Where's that confirmation from? Are they being paid from in their accounts?
Exactly, my guy. That's what you need to realize. And one place that has always been hard to follow the source and the number, we know, is the north. I'm sorry to say, not trying to be anyhow, but we can never tell what is happening in the north. It is hard to follow up. So they can hit you with anything there. You can't go there to check for it. Everybody's sitting in the house now. It is so. It's not. And if they say so, we take it as it goes. Why don't you give to the place where industrialism is happening, or even the lack of industrialism, but the marketplaces are occurring? Let's know that those people are seeing it. There's nobody that has come out I've seen that's really said they have received this money.
Well, that's because the argument it settles itself, because clearly where we get our information from, our secondary information from online, mostly, these people aren't online with us. They're not on the news. We have to rely on what the people on ground say they've done.
Yeah.
Which is the problem. That brings us back to why I say we need to hold ward councillors, local government chairmen. Those guys are the people who should basically have this information.
Fair enough.
Because there are schemes for fertilizer. There are schemes for market women. There are schemes for all these things at the grassroots levels.
Yeah.
There are heads. There are ward heads. There are what they'll say in Hausa, Meangwa. Those people know how to reach these people. There are people who don't have phones, but then the ward head will get information to them.
Yeah.
No matter how bad it is. And he or she or whoever is in charge will be able to tell you, look, so and so family, yes. And then they'll say, okay, they'll tie the person to their neighbor's phone number, and that's the confirmation you need.
Yeah.
But then the manpower and the structure, leaving people to go door by door, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. I saw a video of people going in Kaduna State to somebody's house and be like, nah, look at this person's house. This person doesn't qualify, and they drove off.
Are you serious?
I saw a video like that. That's just wrong.
We are down to 8 minutes, by the way.
Can't do that. Yeah, that's cool.
Anyway, so in light of that, we're definitely facing situations of also nepotism, not to lie, because we know that nepotism is definitely occurring in these situations as well. There's insider trading. Let's just call all the things that don't exist. There's insider trading. I promise you, all these things are occurring. But like I said, now we're down to our last couple of minutes. Let's just break down a couple of one or two things that are happening. DavidO bought a home for his staff, apparently. I don't know which staff that is, but it seems like he bought a home for some of his boys to be able to live, do their hustle, work, be able to do stuff. I'd like to commend him for that. That is, just getting them a home, somewhere to be safe and out of the streets right now.
Shout out to DavidO.
So shout out to DavidO for that. Tari, do you shout out to DavidO for that? Of course you do.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, guess so. All right. We know that the CAC caught fire. Some people's companies have been reprimanded and collected from their hand. They will never know if their company was ever registered, right? Obviously, I'm joking.
Yeah, that's not fair. That's not fair. But well, it's ridiculous that now that offices should be empty, they're suddenly all catching fire.
Yeah, but
it's going half and half. Markets are catching fire, offices are catching fire. Not people's homes, just markets and offices, business centers and business centers, as you can see, not homes. Even today, someplace.
I saw somebody's mansion. On fire.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it happens.
No, but the weather is really hot though. Like lots of things could just.
All right. We know that Donald Trump has decided to stop funding the World Health Organization. I just think that the guy is just being terrible. Apparently, at the same time, he's waiting the money they want to give people. He's waiting for them to stamp Trump on it. Like there's supposed to be like a Trump.
Oh yeah, he's pulling a Nigerian politician on America.
So he wants to attach his name to the money being sent so that it will show that it's Trump relief money.
It's an election year now. He's grasping at straws. This pandemic is, well, if you believe the left, this pandemic is exposing
incompetence,
his bad decisions.
Clearly.
Well, his bad decisions. Right now he's blaming WHO.
Yep.
For what's going on in America. He says they gave bad information.
Yes.
About when he wanted to close down the American border. WHO said there was no human-to-human contact with the virus.
Yeah.
And
he just used that. Yeah.
Exactly. He used that judgment to delay. And right now, what's going on? So basically, he's going to use that
as an excuse
to stop funding WHO as an excuse. He did the same thing with NATO to get
maybe money. Do you think that will be money that he'll use for his campaign?
He's not a Nigerian politician.
Hey, he just might be. Hey.
Nah. They
have laws
they have
and
stop
things.
guards.
Yeah.
They have stop guards, yeah, that will stop. We think. But the way it's looking now, America is basically looking like one of us.
Okay.
The way they handle this whole issue.
Fair enough. I don't know if you've been following Quarantine Radio by the man Tory Lanez. Quarantine. We have the an actor in our Nollywood situation. I think his name his name is Icok Ogbonna, or is it Ik Ogbonna? Is it Icok Ogbonna? Icok. Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was Icok. Like Icok Ogbonna. So we have Icok Ogbonna, or Ik Ogbonna. Sorry, apologies. Who basically all he was doing was just being a troll, apparently putting the Nigerian
flag. He's done it on every.
Yeah, do you know what?
He's done it on everybody's
it would have been fine if he was just speaking at least sometimes, saying something, like just putting in a word.
Oh, no.
Flag is not necessarily a representation of Nigeria at all. It doesn't mean it doesn't say anything.
He blamed Twitter users for that. Twitter users. He said Twitter users were insulting him, and he decided to go ham to destroy everybody and irritate everybody, and Lane's had enough of this shit.
Yeah, I mean that's just not the way. There's no way to really conversate that, and he now made it Troy or whatever. Well, we're moving into our last minutes, 2 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds of time. What else has happened in the world? MI and AQ dropped the joint album. Apparently, they dropped it within a week, so that is big. And it's been a pretty good album. MI and AQ. Captain Awesome, Captain Awesome, I understand that you've in these times.
MI and AQ.
I understand that in these times that you've cut off, you've probably saved like planets. So that's really dope. Like I understand. They don't know how fast you're moving. But we have 2 minutes left, and I will
I think MTN is like in a running battle with me, and it's fucked up. Like they need to fix themselves up.
Yeah.
First of all, 300 texts.
You're messaging from well, you know that you're communicating with us from the Fortress of Solitude. So it's not going to be for you to like just really get the best network there.
I don't know what to do with MTN, man. I'm fighting with them on Twitter. I'm about to send an email to everybody that
shout out MTN for their 300 free texts they gave everybody.
Don't shout them out. Who cares?
What are you talking about?
You can't give someone good data. You're talking about 300 texts.
That's you.
My network is shitty.
They're not giving you.
All right. Do you guys want to sign off, please? Yo, do you want to sign off? Yeah. Come on, Captain.
Yeah. So, like we said last week, please, we're going to have an episode. Wow.
Go ahead.
We're going to have an episode for questions and answers. Please send your questions. Send our DMs, ACDI Show, Instagram and Twitter. Email us, acdishow@gmail.com. Anything you want to know. Why Raj always wears caps. Why Miss Con looks like a criminal. Why Q is not around. Whatever you like. Keep discharging with us till next week.
This is why I wear caps, because I'm a faithful black husband. Faithful black man.
Subscribe, like, and click the alerts.
Look like a criminal because I may be a criminal.
Let them ask the questions first now. Why are you guys both in black? Are you guys going on a mission tonight?
Yes. Thank you for watching Accidental Discharge.